Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Steve Collins coming to you from beautiful San Antonio, Texas, the second most powerful, passionate, purposeful coach and speaker in the world. What your mind is having for breakfast, you will end up eating for lunch, dinner, and the midnight snack tonight if you don't change the menu. And so this is going to be a very quick video just to get you thinking about something. I am aware today that there are many people who are going through a very difficult time in their life right now, going through a really hard time. There are many people experiencing challenges and difficulties today that, with a tremendous amount of focus on that, energy going towards that situation or pain, will perpetuate the frustration in that pain. So the encouragement I want to give you today is this comes from a bold law that we utilize that says what you focus on expands. What you focus on expands. What you tend to be thinking about just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. What you tend to place in front of you on the forefront of your mind will continue to grow. So what you are thinking about now, you will get more of throughout the day. What you are thinking about and experiencing now, the thoughts you are thinking, what you are agreeing with in your mind that you may not even be aware of, you may not even be aware of the thoughts that are going around in your mind. If you are feeling the stress and the pressure and the pain, if you are feeling the challenges of this life at a visceral level where it's almost impossible to feel like you can put one foot in front of the other and it's just a challenge to get through the day, understand this, that you have the ability to change the menu. So there's a gentleman by the name of Rick Warren. I'll tell you this quick story. He was the pastor of a church called Saddleback Church in California. I believe it's California. And he wrote a book called The Purpose-Driven Life. And when he wrote this book, it took the world by surprise and sold multiple millions of copies in a very short period of time. And this gentleman went basically from obscurity to being a multi-millionaire in a very short period of time. And shortly thereafter, his wife was diagnosed with a terminal type of cancer. And he was interviewed by someone who, in my opinion, was a little insensitive in asking the question, because I'll paraphrase, the question was something like this: well, Pastor, now that you've got all the money in the world and can do anything you want in the world and write a check for anything in the world, how are you handling the fact that your wife has been diagnosed with this terminal cancer and there's no way you can write a check for her health or survival? And he actually had an answer and understood that. He said very simply, I see life like when you're standing on a straight pair of train tracks looking into the horizon with the train tracks. He said at any given time, one side of those tracks, there are things going on in your life that if you were to really give energy to and focus on and look at and experience and really focus on that, it could take you out completely, put you into an utter depression, life paralysis, just where it's almost impossible to function. That could be going on at that time. He said every one of us has something going on in our life that if we were to apply our energy to could really take us out if we focused on it and didn't have hope. At the same time, on the other train track, you have this side and this part of your life that is packed with blessings that we take completely for granted. That we take completely for granted. And we miss out on so much of the time. He said, so every day, we don't have the good times and the bad times and the good times, and they come and go. He said, there's always something amazing for us to be grateful for. There's always something that could take us out. And the energy and the focus that we put into either of those sides will determine how we are experiencing the day. So this is my encouragement to you today. If you are discouraged, if you are going through a hard time, if you are being faced with a challenge, just know this. This is the menu that you're choosing to eat from. And you do have the power to choose to focus on your blessings, on those things that are easily taken for granted. The things that older folks who have lived their lives and gone through all the things that we're going through right now enjoy, like a beautiful sunrise this morning, a cool, crisp breeze in the air, the laughter of a child, the joy of seeing flowers blooming in the springtime. Simple things, your ability to hear, your ability to see, your ability to taste and touch. There's so many blessings. And so you, my friend, get to choose what your mind is going to consume today. Because what you focus on expands. What you focus on will get bigger. And you have the camera lens. You are holding the camera. So you get to decide what it is that you're going to focus on. Now, we're not saying that you don't address your concerns. Please don't hear that. I heard Bill Johnson say, quote, that faith doesn't deny a problem's existence. It just denies it a place of significant influence. Let me say that again. Faith doesn't deny a problem's existence. It just denies it a significant place of influence. Are you going through a hard time, friend? Are you struggling to make it through today? Choose to look at, and I would challenge you to even write down the things that you are grateful for, because depression and gratitude cannot coexist in the same space, and you have the power to create the space. I pray that you create a great one today.